it's your girl Mama Coco. So today we're going to talk about beer, and not just any beer, but we're going to talk about the beer that's perfect for a day like today. The beer to drink right now. And right now it is hot and humid and sticky, and we are experiencing a terrible heat wave here in DC. So stick around and I'll tell you what's the perfect beer to get through this. So the first beer we're going to talk about today is the Summer Shandy. Now, the story behind the Shandy is that there was this barkeep who got influx of bikers one day coming into his bar, and he had all this beer, but he didn't have quite enough to serve all of the bikers that he had coming in. So what he did is he took the beer and he mixed it with lemonade. What this did is it created this lighter, slightly sweet, lower alcohol value beer that actually quenched the thirst of the bikers, but still provided them with a little bit of push from the beer. And that's how we got the Summer Shandy. Now, lemon is the most common flavor, although now you're getting some watermelon, you're getting some grapefruit, you're getting a lot of different flavors. Now, if you look at this, it's actually a wheat-based beer, and you can see that from the cloudiness in the beer. And then it's cut with the lemonade. So again, it's gonna be a much lighter beer. If you like those traditional light lagers and things like that, this might be a great summer beer for you to try because it's crisp from the citrus. It has a lighter flavor to it. It's a wheat-based beer, so it's going to be a lot smoother. It's not going to be quite as hoppy as some of the other things that you might be trying. So if you like a little summer shandy, give this one a try. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but Mama Coco, I really like Pilsners and light lagers. And that's great, so do I. Actually, on a really hot day, a crisp, refreshing Pilsner actually hits the spot. What I want to challenge you is choose a different one. Go for a craft Pilsner. Now this is one that I found locally here in DC, but go for some sort of craft Pilsner and craft beer. You'll find that they're a little bit more flavorful, still crisp, still refreshing, but they're not going to be as watered down and as light in flavor, although they're going to be lighter in weight, so you're not going to feel so heavy and full. Now, this Great American Pilsner, she's beautiful. She's got some really great color to her. She's a dark golden. Look at that. Now that is a beer. She's got a beautiful foamy head. She's got that nice dark golden color. So she's not going to be so light that it's going to feel watery, but she's going to have the crispness, the refreshingness, that lager taste, that malty lagerness that you really, really enjoy. And she's not going to weigh it down. So try a Pilsner. Just drink a better one. Now, my favorite beer to drink on a hot summer day is a sour. No doubt, absolutely a sour. Before you come at me, I know sometimes if you go and you get some craft beer sour at the bar, or maybe you go to a tasting and it's weird and it's funky and it leaves that ugh on your tongue, I got it. But let's start with a really nice starter sour. I have found that Victory Sour Monkey is a really great starter sour. It's not weird and funky. It doesn't smell strange. It doesn't do all of those things where it coats your tongue with something yucky. It doesn't do any of those things. Now, it is a sour, so it's going to have a serious acidity. It's going to have a serious brightness. But for me, on a day like this, to cut through all of that mugginess, this is my go-to girl. She is beautiful. Let me tell you. She's going to be crisp. She's going to be bright. She's going to have some really great citrus notes. Now watch her. She is beautiful. Look how clear she is. She is nice and clear. She's got a little bit of foaminess, but it's not going to be that kind of heavy. And oh my God, is she refreshing. I mean, it's like, this is the beer equivalent of a crisp cold lemonade on a hot summer day. You gotta love this thing. Try sours. Give them another chance. Try your Victory Sour Monkey, and see what you think. I mean, because when it's hot, who doesn't like something nice and crisp? Okay, let's talk to the diehard IPA heads. I got it. You can't stand anything that isn't a giant hot bomb. That's okay. But can we admit, just me and you, to each other, that on a day this hot and this humid, IPAs may not be the right choice? Or maybe the traditional hoppy American IPAs are not necessarily the right choice. But I've got a solution. Let's go with the fruit-based IPA. It's gonna be something that's gonna cut some of that heaviness, cut some of that pininess, and give you something that's a little bit more refreshing. If you absolutely have to have an IPA on a day like today, choose one of your fruit-based ones. Now this one I have, again, this is gonna be a local IPA that I found here in DC, but what you wanna look for is your grapefruit IPAs, your tangerine IPAs, your mango IPAs, your passion fruit, guava IPAs. Look for something fruity, because that fruitiness is what's gonna lighten up that flavor profile, and that fruitiness is really gonna give you something crisp and refreshing. You're still gonna have your hops, which I know you love, but it's gonna be a little bit more perfect for summer. Let's say that. So, this has hints of honeydew and strawberry and what else? Tangerine. It's gonna be really, really good. I'm excited about this one. And don't get me wrong, I love a good IPA, but not when it's this hot. Now look at that. That's gonna be a nice, that golden color, it's a little bit lighter than your traditional. It still has your beautiful foaminess, and let me tell you, this is a creamy, creamy top on this. But it's just gonna be a little bit less hot bomb. It's not gonna taste, I have a friend who hates IPAs and she always says that they taste like licking a pine tree. This is not gonna be licking a pine tree. This is gonna be summer. Now that's good. It's refreshing, it's lighter, it still has that hoppiness that I love and appreciate, but it's definitely not gonna weigh me down on a day like today. So, IPA heads, let's call it fruit. Oh, you are a sexy beast. Look at you. So, for all of you hop heads, I wanted to give you something another option to consider. This is Two Juicy's Double IPA. It's a New England style IPA with lots of beautiful citrus notes. And let's take a look at her. She's gorgeous. She's very cloudy, so this is an unfiltered goodness. This is an unfiltered IPA. But she's a little heavier than some of the other options that I've chosen for you, but she's good, like really good. She's a little crisp, a little refreshing. Again, she's got some hoppiness to it, so if you definitely want something that you need that hop injection, this is your girl. She is a double IPA, so she's gonna have a much higher ABV than normal, which means, for people who don't know what ABV means, it means alcohol by volume. So she's gonna have a lot more alcohol content. She's at a 7 point, what was her ABV? Sorry. No, she's at an 8.2. So she's, one or two of these is gonna get you good. So she's citrusy, she's smooth. Now she's not gonna be as harsh as some of your traditional IPAs because she is a double IPA, so it's a little bit smoother. Still a nice hop profile, still a nice hoppiness to it, but it's gonna have a much smoother finish. And with her having some citrus notes to her, she's great. She's good, she's refreshing. She's not the 12 o'clock in the afternoon beer, but she's definitely the 7 or 8 at night beer. So give her a try. Okay, so the last beer I'm gonna show you guys is probably my second favorite beer of summer. My first being the sour, naturally. But this is the Lagunitas Little Something Something Ale. It's a pale wheat ale, and it is divine. I wish I could pour it for you, but honestly, we've drank them, so my bad. But you're gonna have to take my word for this thing. Get this beer, seriously. Lagunitas is one of those beer companies that's been in the craft beer game for a while, and they really are a consistently good product. They have a great IPA, but this little bad boy, she is summer, and she is beautifully summer. She is citrusy, but not too citrusy. Like the Shandy is gonna be a little bit heavy on the citrus. She's a lot lighter on that. She is crisp, she is refreshing, and she is amazingly food friendly. I've had her with Chinese food, I've had her with Indian food. She's just gorgeous. I mean, you can't go wrong with this beer. So you gotta have to trust me on this one because I can't really pour it for you because I kind of drink it. But she's delicious, I can guarantee that. Little Something Something Pale Ale. She's a wheat beer, so she's gonna have a little cloudiness to her. She's gonna have a smoothness to her. But again, she's not gonna make you feel heavy. She's not gonna weigh you down. And that little bit of acidity is just gonna cut through some of that heat humidity, and even some of the fattiness of some of the great dishes that you might be eating over the summer. Try her. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So there we have it, all of our wonderful beers for summer. We've got some great options if you like it on the lighter side with the Shandy, if you have to have your hops with either our double IPA, if you just need a wonderful wheat-based pale ale, this is your girl right here. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What beers do you go for during the hot summer days? Subscribe, naturally. And welcome to Mama Coco's Delights. Have a great one.